What did Charlie find out? Charlie found something out. That's it, guys. Charlie found something out and it cost him his life. That's the truth. Okay. Charlie knew something, and whatever it is big and it is ugly. And deep down, I think we know what it is. I think we all kind of know what it is. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say.
Podcast, I have a We Are the They member, a good friend of mine, the man that did my Zen garden, but also the guy that was hired to pave over Charlie Kirk's murder scene. So we got a very fascinating human being, Mr. Dan Merrill. Dude, good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Let's just kind of cover this Charlie Kirk stuff first.
Okay.
And then I want to kind of get into more of your story and some other stuff like that. One of the reasons I wanted to have you on the podcast, I mean, it's just fascinating. That was probably one of the 3 or 4 most impactful moments of our lives as far as, a national event goes. And you got thrust right into the middle of it.
Yeah.
So what exactly was your role? What happened? How did that all come about for you to be the person they called? I mean, I think, one of the reasons I wanted to have you on, you haven't really told your story, but you've been getting a lot of like death threats and people that think you're part of the conspiracy. And I just wanted to kind of really get into how that all happened for you.
Sure. Well, so interestingly enough, I came and met with you about your Zen garden. That was right when it happened. I was on my way back to my shop in Provo, and I saw 6 different precincts flying past me in the commuter lane.
Candace Owens just connected a detail nobody was supposed to pay attention to. Because the landscaper hired to pave over Charlie Kirk's scene is now speaking out, once people realized who paid him, the entire story started looking a lot less random. What was first framed as a routine cleanup is now raising a much darker question. Why was there such a rush to erase the scene? And why do critics believe TPUSA money might have been used to quietly make it happen before too many people started asking questions? The strangest part about the Charlie Kirk case is not even the shoot anymore. It's what happened right after. According to Candace Owens, the moment Charlie died, the focus quietly shifted from grief to control. Control of the scene, narrative, and what the public was allowed to question. And now a landscaper is speaking out about the day he was called in to help pave over the exact area where Charlie was killed. Not weeks later, not months later, almost immediately. And once people started looking into who approved the work and where the money allegedly came from, Erika Kirk's name started appearing in the middle of the conversation again. The landscaper, Dan Merrill, says he got a strange emergency call on a Sunday. At first, he thought it was just another construction job, but then photos were sent to him, photos of Charlie Kirk's murder scene. According to Dan, he was told that the area needed to be paved quickly and finished by Monday.
Fast forward, I'm at home with my family, and I get a call, and I don't answer my phones on Sunday. They left a message, and the gentleman said, hey, this is kind of weird, and he was kind of hemming and hawing on the phone.
This was 5 days later then?
Yes,
You said it was on this Sunday? Okay.
Yeah, on Sunday. And he says, we've got a paver emergency. I'm like, the hell is
when the hell's a paver emergency?
Exactly, right? I'm thinking, this guy's, what the hell? So anyways, I wasn't going to even respond because I don't typically do that. But I'm like, paver emergency. Part of my MO is I like to be useful, where I can be help, So I texted the guy, I said, look, I don't work on Sundays. My guys don't work on Sundays. I'm happy to call you on Monday. What's a paver emergency?
That detail alone is what set social media on fire, because people started asking why there was such an urgency to alter the scene at all. And once Dan revealed that the dirt had already been excavated before he arrived, nearly 10 inches reportedly removed from the area, the internet immediately started treating the cleanup like something bigger than maintenance work. Dan insists he originally ignored the conspiracy theories. He says he believed he was simply helping complete a job, but over time, he admitted certain things stopped making sense, especially after he began revisiting the footage and hearing the public questions surrounding Charlie's death. And this is where Candace Owens stepped in, because Candace didn't only focus on the cleanup itself, she focused on the timing, the speed, silence, and the fact that people connected to Charlie seemed even more interested in moving forward than slowing down and asking uncomfortable questions. That's where Erika Kirk's behavior started drawing attention. For months now, Candace has been publicly questioning Erika's actions after after Charlie's death. Not just the memorials or speeches, but the way major decisions appeared to happen almost instantly. According to critics, there was no visible period of hesitation, no disappearance from public life. Instead, Erika reportedly stepped into leadership, public appearances, organizational control, and internal restructuring inside TPUSA. And once people noticed that shift, older stories started resurfacing too.
USA did a massive purge of employees a few days ago, or at the end of, I guess, last week, you could say. What did you hear about that purge?
I heard there were 30 to 40 people purged, that they were looking for the leak. They knew there are leaks out of TPUSA. They are terrified of these leaks because of what TPUSA has been up to. And rather than try to be an honest organization, it's just, let's get rid of all the people we think might be disclosing that we're a dishonest organization.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
No, and I know you're going to keep saying that. I understand.
Yeah.
Like, I know that.
No, I know.
And I know there's probably no magic string of words that I could piece together to procure some type of answer. But
Yeah.
I think on a surface level, like, I'm not going to walk out of here until I say my piece. Like, I mean, y'all know this. I just worked a series of 80, 90-hour weeks plus for AmFest.
Yeah, I think
I've
it's-
had no direction or explanation since we've come back. Our CEO has been assassinated. I've done nothing but been backwards for this organization to the point where I'm wondering if this is a prank.
It's not a prank. I would never do that.
So I'm just trying to understand. And
No, I understand. It's time to.
so do I get to have a conversation with Dylan? Do I get to have a conversation with Justin or anybody, or
Nope.
no? And there's no explanation as to why I'm gonna let go. Despite,
Right now, we're leaving all.
you know, and you're gonna keep saying a different direction, but I'm trying to understand how I've met multiple times with my,
We're going a different direction with the team, and I have to ask you to leave now.
you have to ask me to leave the property?
Yes.
Due to what, Frank?
Because we're asking you to leave because you've been terminated and we're not.
But there's no explanation or documentation for this. I've never had one bad review from Dylan. I've never had one issue with the company. I've never done anything unethical. And so I'm sitting here understanding why my entire livelihood is being completely tossed out. I mean, I sat in this chair.
You're gonna do great things.
No, and I
You're
plan
likely
to.
I don't think your livelihood's being tossed out. I think you're very successful.
Well, my paycheck every other week is being tossed out, Frank, with absolutely no warning whatsoever.
I understand. At this time, it's time for you to do.
It's time for me to go. Why? Like this is the treatment that Turning Point is offering now.
It's time to go.
Frank, this is crazy.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
I don't think you do. This feels very heartless. This feels without emotion.
I do understand where you're coming from.
This feels completely without emotion.
I understand where you're coming from.
One of the biggest involved leaked audio allegedly discussing merchandise and branding leading to Charlie's death, only days after the tragedy. Critics said that the timing felt cold. Others defended it as a business necessity. But once you place that beside the rush cleanup allegations, the entire situation starts feeling less random. Then came the memorial controversy. Critics accused Erika of approving a recreation of the tent where Charlie was killed during AmFest. Supporters called it a tribute, but others thought it looked more like staging, especially when merchandise booths and photo opportunities reportedly became part of the setup. And according to Candace, that's the bigger pattern people keep ignoring. Every time questions begin building, the attention somehow gets redirected towards presentation, image, and narrative management. That's why the paving story exploded the way it did.
And you can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at Utah University in September, and people are taking selfies with it.
I can't. I cannot. I am not capable of whatever that. When I saw this, I realized I do not know enough words. I had to consult a thesaurus, and I still could not land upon the correct adjective to describe how I felt when I saw that tent. People taking selfies under a recreation. I don't know if it's actually the tent. It looks like it's pretty old, or a tent that Charlie died under. That's what was happening at AmFest. Horrified. I was aghast. I don't think I ever described myself as aghast. I was aghast. It was ghastly to look at that and to realize that they made a conscious decision to allow that to happen. To what end?
Because it wasn't just about concrete anymore. It became symbolic. People started looking at that paved area as something being covered up physically and publicly at the same time. Dan Merrill later explained that after he posted a video explaining his side of the story, backlash flooded in immediately. Some accused him of helping erase evidence. Others believed he was simply used by people above him. But even Dan himself started questioning details after revisiting the official explanation. One thing he specifically mentioned was the reported weapon damage. According to him, the injury descriptions didn't seem to match what many expected from the type of rifle allegedly used that day. He also questioned how someone could supposedly operate so openly in plain sight without drawing immediate attention. Now, whether people agree with those concerns or not, the important part is this. Candace keeps tying all these details back to Erika Kirk, not because she claims direct proof, but because Erika appears connected to every stage of what happened after Charlie's death. The memorials, leadership transition, rapid messaging, the cleanup timeline, the courtroom pressure, and even the push to frame certain questions as inappropriate. And that's why critics believe this stopped being about grief a long time ago. Candace also brought attention to Erika's public image itself, arguing that the version people see today doesn't fully match the version that existed before Charlie Kirk entered her life. I'm talking old audition tapes, pageant footage, reality TV clips, and leaked acting sessions started resurfacing online.
Really handsome.
You look gorgeous. Are you fixing my... I got a little bacon. Babe, that's deep in there. Give them a cleavage. People want cleavage. Showcase it.
Sells, babe.
Sells. That's me.
That's against our religion.
It's not. It's within the confines of marriage.
I think I always had that girly girl hidden within me. After being such a tomboy and experiencing that my whole life, it was like, oh, I can curl my hair, I can put on the mascara. I come from a great family that has very amazing genetics, so thanks, Mom and Dad.
I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than go. I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way. But I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another. So it goes twofold here. So if you're expecting to marry someone that I was blessed with, like a Charlie, you have to be the type of woman that will attract a Charlie. Are you going to church? Are you going to Bible study?
The clip showed Erika moving through entertainment and social networking spaces very different from the disciplined conservative image she later built publicly. One leaked acting tape caused particular controversy because critics claimed it showed Erika being coached on social adaptability and influence techniques. Some online even started referring to it as quote-unquote honeypot training, arguing that Erika learned how to adjust her personality depending on the room she was in. Again, none of that proves anything by itself, but Candace's audience believes that the timing of all these revelations matter, especially when you connect them to how quickly Erika allegedly positioned herself at the center of Charlie's entire legacy after his death. Then there's Tyler Robinson. Candace has repeatedly hinted that Tyler may not be the full story. Critics online started questioning why Erika appeared so quick to publicly move forward with the official narrative while other details remained unresolved. Some even believed Tyler was simply the perfect person to place at the center while attention stayed away from the deeper questions. And once that theory spread online, people started revisiting everything. The rush cleanup, the excavated dirt, the fast transition into leadership, the memorial branding, the missing emotional reactions people expected to see, and even the reports that Erika allegedly forgave Tyler unusually quick.
I forgive him. On the cross, our Savior said, Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. That man, that young man, I forgive him.
Individually, each detail can be explained away, But once you line them up together, that's when people say the story starts changing. Because this no longer feels like random controversy stacking on top of a tragedy. It feels coordinated, managed, and almost rehearsed. And Candace Owens keeps pushing one central idea through all of it: that Erika Kirk may not just be responding to events. She may have been controlling the direction of the story from the very beginning. That's why the paving allegations hit so hard online, because if TPUSA money was really used to help rapidly transform Charlie Kirk's murder scene, then people are no longer asking whether the cleanup happened. They're asking why it needed to happen so fast in the first place, and what Charlie found out had taken him out. One online user puts it, he found out Erika was his handler. Another wrote, I believe everything Candace says, unless it's purely opinions-based. Yet this critic comments on Erika's grief tour. Why have this big ceremony, and not just his family and closest friends? Why make his death a social media event? This user blows hot. The paving over the crime scene was the biggest red flag to me of the entire Charlie Kirk assassination. Then another comment, never in history has a crime scene been legally covered up before any investigation was conducted. Now, the big question is, who benefited from the public moving on before too many questions could be asked? Because the deeper this gets, the harder it becomes to ignore one uncomfortable possibility. What if the cleanup was never just a cleanup? What if the memorials, branding, rapid leadership shift, and even the public messaging were all a part of keeping the same narrative locked in place before anyone could challenge it? And if Erika Kirk truly had nothing to hide, then why do so many of these details only become visible after someone leaks footage, audio, or old recordings connected to her past? Make sure to drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about it. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because it seems like this story is far from over.